Let's bring it right now. Vanity Fair columnist Christopher Hitchens. He is the author of Thomas Paine's Rights of Man. Christopher, thanks for being with us. What do you make of last night's results? It appears that Hillary Clinton lives to fight another day.
I'm still thinking of it as this morning's result. I hope it doesn't show. You know what? You know what struck me as very important and slightly sinister. Maybe someone said this before I got here, but when she said we won Florida and Michigan, notice that?
Yeah.
They haven't won Florida. They haven't won Florida and Michigan. Florida and Michigan are counted out by the Democratic National Committee, if you remember, because they broke all the rules. They said those primaries didn't count. She thinks they do count. What does that mean? It means that she's like a wounded puma, going to fight to the very end for the last delegate, even in states that have been written off for that purpose. So, okay, obviously I am the first one to point this out to you, but I think Florida was the first one she mentioned. Play it again. Play that list and see. Florida and Michigan have not been counted by either person. Most of the other candidates weren't even on the ballot in those states.
Yeah, we are getting that for you right now.
So all the anyone who, like me, when they think about the Clintons, thinks about the zombies, thinks about the undead, thinks about stakes through the heart, silver bullets, and so on, has just received confirmation. It's as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Oh, no. Another 8 years possibly, Christopher, for you to write about a Clinton. Let's take a look at Hillary Clinton going through the list of states.
You all know that if we want a Democratic president, we need a Democratic nominee who can win the battleground states just like Ohio. And that is what we've done. We've won Florida, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Michigan, New Hampshire.
You know what, Christopher Hitchens, you're exactly right. She went to Florida.
She did do that
first.
It's terrifying. Because before anyone else noticed it, she's thinking delegate count, superdelegates, and what is the arm twisting that she's going to be ready to do, is already exerting on the Democratic Party, seat those delegates from Florida and Michigan at the convention, which they've said they will not do.
But it seems that things have changed very quickly. For Barack Obama, just a couple of days ago, he could do no wrong. He could walk on water.
I've been trying to say about this for a few days now that he's a very shallow and flaky candidate, and it's beginning to show. The trial of his friend, is it Rizko? I'm not actually completely certain how to pronounce it. And the shady Iraqi backers of that man who've emerged recently. It couldn't have been a worse day to have a corruption trial open in Chicago. I think it looked yesterday as if it won't matter because it'll be all over before anyone notices. Now it's on the table. Extreme flakiness on the NAFTA question. Apparently very casual in his approach to that scare ad about why you'd want Hillary Clinton in granny glasses at 3 in the morning when there was a crisis. But suddenly people thinking, actually, what is there to this except charm?
So do you think...
That's the question you can't afford to have asked.
Are you calling Obama a shallow and flaky candidate? Do you?
I've repeatedly called him a shallow and flaky candidate. And though I thought he was an incredibly successful shallow and flaky candidate, I would add other things that are going to now get a second look that they've long deserved. This dumb, nasty, ethnic rock and roll, racist church that he goes to in Chicago, he won't be able to walk away from that anymore. The crummy associates he's got in Illinois going on trial for corruption with their Iraqi friends. None of this is going to get the free ride from the press that it was getting till about this time yesterday morning.
Wow.
So what does he do now? Because clearly the kitchen sink strategy has had an impact. And I see a difficult position Barack Obama may be in terms of trying to potentially, or needing to potentially, go negative.
Well, exactly. That's what happens with charm. I mean, if he isn't willing to be nasty to her now or about her now, then he will find that she doesn't feel the same way about him.
Well, yeah, but also his identity is being above it all. I mean, Barack Obama, in terms of all the discussions that we've seen along the way on the campaign trail, even when race reared its ugly head and was, you know, blew up in the Clinton campaign's face, Barack Obama was able to sort of be above it all. But now, it's quite frankly, if there was a free ride, it's over.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether or not what people mean when they say the Bradley effect, right?
Right.
Shall we, I mean, just in case the viewers don't know, shall we quickly say?
Well, Tom Bradley was supposed to win in California.
Until recently, it looked as if that effect had gone away, that if white voters said they were going to vote for a black guy, or someone who was not all white anyway, they were going to. I mean, I think in Georgia, in fact, I think he did win the white male majority, which is an incredible thing, given that no Democrats won that of any shade since Lyndon Johnson. He did. But, so the white working class vote seems to be breaking in a different direction, at least in Ohio and parts of Texas, and that the open but nasty secret is that many Hispanic voters don't mind telling opinion pollsters they don't want a black president or indeed mayor or police chief or senator at any price. It's really a question of whether Mrs. Clinton wants to be represented as the candidate of that backlash. Yeah. My opinion is she would do anything. She wouldn't mind running as George Wallace if it would get her the nomination.